Well, and the thing about it is with a dealer's tag, they'll be watching you too.
I'll sit there with a wallet.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Well, I haven't said anything to Mom, but I thought, we ought to just go. They're open tonight.
Hey, we're live. So let's go.
Lakin High School basketball on Lakin High Sports on YouTube is brought to you by these great supporters of Lakin High and the community of Lakin.
Shelter Insurance. Gwen Wechter. East Highway 50 Lakin.
Hendricks Welding. Brad Hendricks, welding at his place are yours.
The Agency of Lakin and Garden City.
Lakin Recreation, providing recreational opportunities for the community.
The Kearney County Bank and the Garden City State Bank.
The Ranch House of Garden City Assisted Living and Skilled Nursing.
Shorty's 2 Cafe, Main Street, Lakin.
Along with Dwayne Bachman D. Bach Metals.
Lakin Hay and the Lakin Dairy, Fred Ritzema.
Kearney County Community Development, Mr. Ralph Goodnight.
Pioneer Communications of Southwest Kansas.
Lakin Drug, 610 O'Laughlin, Lakin.
Flashbacks Diner West Highway 50 Lakin.
And the Golden Plains Credit Union, life with a touch of gold.
To the hardwoods we go with the longtime voice of Lakin High Sports, Mr. Brett Hendricks.
Good evening. Welcome to Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. Brett Hendricks with you. Thanks for joining us tonight for 3A Substate Semifinal action. Our game tonight, the Goodland Cowboys, the number 2 seed in this substate, and the 3rd seeded Lakin Bronx. The winner of this game will meet the Colby Eagles, winners over Holcomb in our first game tonight here at the Lakin Middle School gym by the score of 60-55. The rubber match between the Cowboys and the Bronx. Bronx beat Goodland in the Goodland topside tip-off back in December by the score of 51-48. But then Lakin lost at Goodland on the 14th of February by the score of 62-47. So the rubber match between these two teams tonight, and there couldn't be any more bigger stakes than what's what's on tap tonight, and that's a trip to tomorrow's finals for the winner here this evening. The Cowboys 13-8 on the season under 6-year head coach Mike Dahl. Goodland in their first round defeated Cimarron by the score of 61-25. The Bronx, meanwhile, winners in their first round game over Larned by the score of 63-43. The Bronx also 13-8 on the season. Send a shout out to JD Ham. Tells us he's got us online. Everything's A-OK. JD, appreciate it. Thank you very much. Appreciate all that you do for us here on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube, lakinsports.com. Looking at our starting lineups, first for Goodland. Wearing number 4, a 5'9 junior, averaging just under 10 points per contest, Manny Gonzalez. Wearing number 1, a 6-foot junior, averaging 4.5 points per game, Cole Linton. Wearing number 11, a 6'3 sophomore, averaging just over 12 points per game, Brady Brumbaugh. Wearing number 13, a 6'5 senior, averaging 9.5 points per game, Devontae Hardy. And the fifth and final starter for Goodland, wearing number 10, a 6'3 junior, averaging just over 6 points per game, Noah Chanette. The Cowboys come in averaging 55.5 points per game. They shoot 40% from the field, 62% from the charity stripe, and they grab 28 rebounds per game. Here's the starting lineups for your Lakin Bronx. Bronx 13-8 under 9th-year head coach Nate Schmidt. And wearing number 1, a 6'1 senior, averaging 1.5 points per game, Pablo Areola. Wearing number 11, a 6-foot sophomore, averaging just a hair over 5 points per game, Eric Munson. Adric Gomez-Escobar wears number 20. He's a 6-foot sophomore, averaging 7 points per game. Wearing number 23, Maddox Beltran. He's a 6-foot junior, averaging 3.5 points per game. And the 5th starter for the Bronx, wearing number 24, a 6'3 sophomore, Coulter Oldham. Oldham averaging 17.5 points per game. Bronx average 54.3 points per game. They shoot 40% from the field. They shoot 53.8% from the free throw line, and they grab 31 rebounds per contest. I guess if you would look at it on paper, both teams 13-8, both teams within a point of each other on their season average. They're both shooting 40% from the field. The only discrepancy is the free throw shooting. Goodland shooting 62%, the Bronx shooting just a hair under 54%. Point-wise, Goodland with one player that averages double figures, Lakin with one player that averages double figures. So I know you don't play games on paper, but if you look at these two teams on paper, they're about as evenly matched as you could possibly find stat-wise. So it ought to be a good one. We're going to take a timeout, and we've got a lot of great sponsors that make Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube possible. We're going to let you hear from some of them. We'll be back right after this.
Home improvements that have had to wait. The dream vacation your family deserves. Even college tuition. Garden City State Bank can help you make it all happen now, not someday. With a home equity line of credit, you can borrow up to 90% of the value of your home, and the interest may be tax deductible. Plus, there are no closing costs, no application fees, and no annual fees. A fast, easy, convenient home equity line of credit from Garden City State Bank, a branch of the Kearney County Bank. Subject to credit approval, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Flashback to the days of Bebop and Bobby Sox at Flashback's Diner, Highway 50, Lakin. Fantastic burgers, Coney and Chicago hot dogs, Philly, steak, BLT, and chicken sandwiches, along with ice cream treats like the traditional banana split, sundaes, shakes, malts, and cones. Dine in or carry out. Flashback to the days of Bebop and Bobby Sox at the one and only fantastic Flashback's Diner, Highway 50, Lakin.
Nice job with the national anthem. We'll now turn it over to public address announcer Kevin Thompson for the introduction of our starting lineups. Well, I had our microphone at the scorer's table and they forgot to use it. So with the starting lineups on the floor right now, Adric Gomez-Escobar and that was Noah Chanette. Now for the Bronx, wearing number 23, Maddox Beltran. And now for Goodland, wearing number 11, Brady Brumbaugh. And the fifth and final starter for the Bronx, Coulter Oldham. And the fifth and final starter for Goodland, wearing number 13, Devontae Hardy. Bronx sporting the new uniforms tonight. The road gray uniforms, purple letters and numbers trimmed in gold. Goodland, the home team here at the Lakin Middle School gym by way of being the higher seed. Goodland, the number 2 seed, the Bronx, the number 3 seed. Goodland in the home white uniforms, yellow letters and numbers trimmed in black. The Cowboys will be going from our left to our right in this opening half. Brett Hendricks along with Jared Hendricks. Thanks for joining us for 2023 3A Sub-State Basketball Semifinal action. Bronx and Cowboys for the third time this year. Hardy controls the tip, and Goodland draws the first possession. Bronx in a man-to-man defense. Out front with it is Gonzalez. Hardy on the left elbow, up top to Brumbaugh. Now to Cole Linton. Linton toss underneath. Hardy bobbled, able to bring it back in on the baseline, and the Cowboys work it around the arc. Brumbaugh, the three, long range from the left side, and Goodland on the board first, 3-0. Brumbaugh averages just over 12 points per game. Oldham hesitates in the paint, kicks it right wing. Munson with the ball fake, he'll draw the foul, and that's Brumbaugh. A little slow to get up. Brumbaugh, but he's back on his feet. First foul on Brady, first foul of the contest. Shaky with it, right wing to Maddox. Dish. Oldham, high off the glass, won't go. And the rebound comes off to Devontae Hardy. He ships it off to Gonzalez. Bronx with pressure in the backcourt. Brumbaugh with it, up to Gonzalez. I'll tell you what, that was awful close.
That was very close. Very close.
They had no trouble breaking the press, but they were just really deliberate.
I always love counting their hand just because then I know how close it is compared to everyone else at home.
Yeah. Gonzalez at the free throw line near corner. Chanette stops, turns, in and out, won't go. Adric with the rebound for the Bronx. He brings it up himself. Now to Munson on the left wing, up top Pablo. Now back to Shaky. Shaky did not score in that quarterfinal win over Larned on Tuesday. Oldham in the paint,
Off
off
mark.
balance, and couldn't convert
Yeah, he didn't score and he blamed me. So,
because you didn't wrap his ankle.
yep, that's the only reason why, I guess. So if he doesn't score a point tonight, that's on him. That's completely on him.
Gonzalez throws it behind Hardy, and it'll come back to Lakin.
I even told him that throughout the week. I said, hey, if you don't score a point in practice, it's because I didn't tape your ankle. And he goes, yeah, okay. I was like, so what, every time I don't tape your ankle for practice or anything, you don't score a point?
Coulter on the drive, a block will be called, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Into the lineup for the Bronx, MJ Gonzalez. As I said earlier, this is the third time these two teams have met this season. Bronx winning by 3 in December, Goodland winning by 15 in February. Coulter's free throw is good. Coulter shoots 56% from the free throw line on the season. And Coulter got them both.
Like I said, this is going to be one of those fights. The fighter goes 1+ on one fight. They come back and fight a second. Other fighter goes up. You got to have your last rematch. And, hey, this is the last rematch for these two groups.
Linton with it, picked up the dribble. Looking at Hardy. Now back to Linton. Driving the paint, left-handed shot, good. Drive left side, Adric off balance, throws it away. And almost stolen from behind.
Tip.
Long three out front is good by Brady Brumbaugh, his second three of the quarter.
Man, Pablo's so good at that back tip. He was so close on that one, just one half step behind.
Right side to Maddox. They work it around the arc, near side Coulter. Coulter looking to drive off the screen from MJ. Backs it out. Adric up top, thought about firing from 3. MJ, high off the glass, won't go. Gets the rebound.
Wow.
And we've got a foul on the third attempt.
Ooh, I was hoping so. I don't want to be too much of a homer, but man.
So the foul is on Manny Gonzalez. That's his first. MJ at the line to shoot 2.
It's the first. Short.
Ritzma and Patterson into the lineup for Lakin.
It's weird seeing them run to the other side.
Oh, I know.
I don't like it.
It's really.
I'm glad the scoreboard for us is set up the same. Doesn't matter who's home or away. Lakin's always right side.
Yeah, I usually don't mess with it much just because we get in a little bit of a rut, I guess, so to say.
It always says, but
Yeah.
I'm always used to Lakin right side, so I'm glad it stayed the same on our scoreboard, at least.
Lincoln Cure with the basketball, left side Brumbaugh. Side steps 3, won't go. Follow missed by Deeds. Excuse me, the follow was by Zach Thorson. And Coulter with the rebound. MJ to Coulter on the right side. Shaky in the corner. Double dribble. I thought it was. When I first glanced, he put that left hand on the basketball and then dribbled again.
Yeah, I didn't even see it.
Yeah. Timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout called by the Bronx. 3:49 to go, first quarter. Goodland out to the early 6-point lead. The winner of this contest will face Colby tomorrow. Colby a 60-55 winner over Holcomb earlier. What do you got?
What do you have for fouls? Shouldn't it be 2-1, not 3-0?
I've just got 2. And it may be one of those things that might have missed, hit an extra button up there and they'll make it up.
Yeah, I didn't even write down.
Because I think
Lakin's foul was on, but I know that they had one down there.
Brumbaugh from the corner leans in and hits it. Brumbaugh now with 8 points already. Coulter penetrates out to Patterson. Ball fake up top. Coulter. Now to Drew. Right side 3. He's got it.
Hey, that's one time you've called it before it even went in. So there we go. Welcome aboard.
Thorson got free and threw it into the Bronx bench. Good defense that time by.
Very smart by Chakey as well. He went to go up for that and realized last second, oh wait, they threw it out here.
Better let it go.
Right here.
Exactly.
Very great court IQ there.
Blair Lennon into the lineup for the Cowboys. MJ at the left elbow, backing in, turns on Hardy off the glass.
Oh, man.
Actually hit that over Noah Chanette.
That one's on Adric. What other Lakin fouls do you have?
I just have that one. I probably missed. You said something about.
I think there was one other, but I missed it as well.
Yeah, we'll have to catch it up.
I thought that there was, but I could be wrong.
Munson back into the lineup for the Bronx. Bronx with full court pressure on the inbounds. Back to Brumbaugh. Ritzma running stride for stride. Over to Linton. Linton on the drive. Munson got a hand on it. Actually got a hand on that one as well. Kier with the follow won't go. Bronx run the other way. Coulter lost the handle, stolen away by Thorson. He'll give it up to Noah Chanette. Kier backs in.
Great charge by Drew.
Goodland back up by 5. Coulter up front, dishes to Munson. Patterson from the corner, 3, won't go. MJ with the rebound. Battling underneath. Ball still loose.
Still loose.
Oh, and they're going to get MJ with the foul. I really thought MJ got fouled on the first rebound that he pulled down, but that's going to go against MJ, his first. Gonzalez back into the lineup for Goodland. Beltran back. Minute and a half to go in our first quarter. Gonzalez dribbles through, stops at the free throw line. Dish near corner to Linton. Up top, back to Gonzalez. 3 up top. Off the flat of the rim, won't go. Kier with the rebound. MJ with the block, and they're
MJ with an outstanding block.
Oh, he's going to get called for the foul.
Outstanding block.
Oh, and that's going to be 2 on MJ.
I thought it was going to be over the back at first, but
well,
I mean, you got to have the position as a defender for it to ever be, and he didn't really box out, and I know that's exactly what Coach Schmidt is probably telling him.
Kier missed the free throw. The thing with Lincoln, you've got the length to go up over the back, and you can go over the back all night long as there's no advantage gains, and that's what a foul's all about.
And that's why as a defender, you got to make sure you have him boxed out and going up for that rebound.
Exactly. Free throw off the mark. Ball loose. and it's going to go with Lakin off the hands of Noah Chanette. Devontae Hardy back into the lineup for Goodland. You know, and the thing about it is, an over the back, I'll be one of them that scream over the back as well. But that time with Lincoln,
he was way up above.
But we had the angle right here in front of us.
He
as
had
well.
so much space in between.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? If I was 6'5",
there wasn't much box out there at all.
3 out front by Maddox Beltran. You know what? If I was 6'5", I'd be going over the back too.
Guaranteed.
I'd be climbing.
And
Coulter blocks from behind, and it's out. It's off of Noah Chanette, and it'll go to Lakin. Wow, Coulter with the block, chasing the play, and was able to block it from behind. 42.3 seconds to go. Bronx with the basketball.
Wow, that was a great block.
Munson back to Shaky. Back up top, Eric. Eric on the drive. Bronx now under 30, probably will hold it for one. And Nate holding up one finger. Eric with it on the wing. To Shaky at the low block. Has to throw it back out, and that was wise. He had nowhere to go but throw it back out front.
He wanted to go up, but he knew he couldn't.
Well, Devontae Hardy at 6'5" was standing there ready for it. 5 seconds.
He knows.
Now up top, Shaky, 3. Coulter, you got to fire. That's way off the mark. And that'll do it for our first quarter. After 8 minutes of play, the Bronx trail it by the score of 12-10. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with the second quarter right after this. You're watching Bronx basketball. At Lakin Drug, their mission is simple. They strive to provide professional pharmacy services with hometown hospitality. Lakin Drug's experienced staff leads with compassion and utilizes modern technology to fit all of your individual needs. Whether it's prescription medications or over-the-counter products, Lakin Drug has the answer to all of your questions. Lakin Drug at 610 O'Loughlin Street in Lakin is a proud supporter of the community of Lakin and Lakin schools. Goodland with the lead, 12-10 in this second semifinal tonight. And if we're having some streaming issues, we apologize. Jared was just looking down, and our green light's flashing to yellow a little bit. But I think for the most part,
a couple times it cuts out, but it comes right back in. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on with it, but it may go out and come right back in. So.
Yeah, so we are aware of it if it does become a problem. We appreciate people letting us know, though, but we do know.
That might be why.
What is that?
Oh, no, that's the open one. Never mind. We're good.
Oh, you thought
we might have been on
the
on the other one. That's slower.
Bronx missing in the paint. Goodland with the rebound. Take it the other way. Cole Linton into Hardy. Pablo battling, and he's going to have him on the arm. And I'll tell you what. Pablo got him on the arm, but I love the way he's battling down there. Foul on Pablo's his first. Well, yeah.
Being the hard worker and as short as he is, hey, he's got to find a way to get something out of this.
First foul on Pablo, 4th foul on the Bronx. Goodland's got 3 team fouls. I have just 2, but I'll just have to catch it up whenever.
I had 3 as well.
Gonzalez from the short corner. It's off the mark. Eric Munson with the rebound. Bronx want to run up the floor. Maddox with it on the left wing. Now to Adric. Wanted to lob to Coulter, but he did get it to him, but it was tipped by Linton. Coulter. When they call timeout,
Timeout for it. Why wasn't it a foul?
Well, but they're looking at Devontae Hardy. I don't know. He was holding his mouth. I don't know.
I thought it was Coulter because I saw him picking at his face too.
Yeah. Oh, maybe they, maybe they butted heads.
Yeah, who knows?
Maybe they butted heads. I don't know. Devontae Hardy goes to the bench, but Cole Linton back into the lineup for the Cowboys. Manny Gonzalez gets free. Brumbaugh in the corner. 3 is good. My goodness, Brady Brumbaugh already with 11 in this first half.
I think he's 3 for 4 from 3.
Brumbaugh, 6'3" sophomore. And stolen
Gotta be
away by
strong with
Gonzalez. Brumbaugh, by my count, and I thank Ross Volkmer with all of his stats for Goodland. I appreciate his work to help us out. Brumbaugh top the key 3. Okay, you got to make him shoot from the top.
Yeah.
The corner's his spot.
3 for 5, my bad.
But no, I'll tell you what, Brumbaugh averaging 12. He's already at 11 in the first half here.
Got to respect the shot.
Eric with the drive. And they're going to say knocked away by the Cowboys. Lakin inbound on their baseline. Ritzma back into the Bronx lineup. We'll talk a little bit later about our schedule here on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube.
Yeah, because we got to figure it out ourselves.
Yeah, for tomorrow. And our schedule tomorrow right now hinges on this basketball game. Maddox from the wing, missed the 3, battling for the rebound. Gonzalez along the side saves it back in. MJ Gonzalez back in the lineup for the Bronx. Gonzalez in the backcourt looking for help and a timeout. Mike Dahl, the Cowboy coach, wisely called a timeout because I think the next whistle was going to be a 10 count.
Yeah, very close too.
Yeah, Bronx good defense that time in the backcourt. 5:39 to go first half. Goodland with the 5-point lead. I want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube, LakinSports.com. It was our pleasure last night to broadcast the Goodland Holcomb girls semifinal. And we will be doing the Goodland girls final tomorrow against Cimarron. This game, it just hinges on if Lakin wins, we got a doubleheader. If Goodland wins, we're doing just one. But we've got a long way to go before we have to make a decision. Hardy out front on the left wing. That is Lincoln Kier with it. He'll hand it off to Manny Gonzalez. Bronx in a man-to-man defense. Kier with it out front. Dish to Linton. Linton, the drive. Hits it in the paint. MJ turnaround in the paint, it's off the mark.
Man, if Austin jumps for that, he has it every single time.
And Austin, tried to tiptoe the sideline, but couldn't control it.
And almost made up for it there, and almost, as soon as I said something.
Yeah.
But man, if he would have realized that rebound was coming to his side and jumped, it would have been all his.
Goodland with the 17-10 lead. Brumbaugh into Hardy and got the roll. Defense was right in his face, but he's still able to roll it in. Goodland back matching their biggest lead of the half at 9. Ritzma tried to save it off Hardy and missed his target, and into the hands of Manny Gonzalez. Up the floor, Brumbaugh. Far corner, Devontae Hardy back to Brumbaugh. Gonzalez to Hardy, off the left elbow, looking to drive. Thorson back to Kier. Devontae Hardy off the glass for his 4th point, and a timeout called by Lakin. Goodland with their biggest lead. And we've got a full timeout. 3:55 to go in our first half. Goodland on top, 21-10. We'll take a break. We're back right after this.
They said this place was too isolated to call home. They said it was too remote to build a community. And then one day, a farmer strung a copper wire from one fence post to another and changed everything. We didn't build the communities of Southwest Kansas. No, we just brought them together.
Welcome back. Bronx trail it by the score of 21-10. We want to thank our cameraman tonight, Diego Perez. Done a great job for us about the last half of the boys' season, and of course here at Sub-State. And he'll be running the camera for our girls' championship broadcast tomorrow. Let's hope he's working a doubleheader. Coulter with it. Ooh, almost drugged that foot, but still has it.
I'll say he lost the handle. That's the only reason he didn't.
Pablo trapped, looking for help. MJ turns off the glass, won't go. Maddox battling for the rebound, comes away with it. Out to Pablo. Pablo drives. He's fouled on the floor. That'll go against Devontae Hardy. Some aggressiveness that time by Pablo Arreola. Foul on Devontae Hardy is his first. Yep. Okay. Still 4 up on the board. I'm 1 shy, so we'll figure it out eventually. Maddox in the corner, back out front to Patterson. They work it around the arc. Coulter looking to drive, kicks it to MJ. MJ past to Coulter, driving, just out of reach. And it goes back to Goodland with 3:12 to go in our first half.
And we're almost 5 minutes into this, and the Bronx have yet to get a bucket.
Inbounds knocked away by Drew.
That's not a good stat to have, knowing the Bronx had that second quarter, 29 points in one quarter just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Pablo, he rode Braylon Mull all the way down, but Mull able to get the basket. Coulter drives, Maddox in the corner, 3, got it. Second 3 of the night for Maddox Beltran. Thorson got behind the defense, able to lay it in.
Smart by MJ. 2 fouls, don't jump up for that.
Well, you've got to let that go so you don't try to pick up your 3rd foul in first half.
Another foul out front.
Got a foul out front. Zach Thorson with the foul. We need to move it some more.
You're good.
Okay, we got plenty of room.
I just barely have my elbows, and
okay.
I don't want to lean too much on me.
Jeanette and Brumbaugh back into the Goodland lineup. 2:24 to go in our first half. Goodland on top by 12. Adric finds Coulter. Coulter looking to drive, hesitates now, spins.
Travel or what it could have been, but man, that looked like way too many steps.
Braylon Mull with the 3 from the near corner.
It just didn't look right. It may not have been, but man, it just looked like it was long.
Shaky spun away from the defender, stops in the paint off the glass and won't go. Devontae Hardy with the rebound. And anything the Bronx are shooting in the paint right now, Goodland with their height is just altering every shot.
Hey, great job by Maddox there to stop that fast break layup. I mean, we would have had a charge off it, I believe. His Coulter was there enough in time, but great hustle there by Maddox.
Inbounds to Hardy. Far side to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh with 11 first half points. Hardy with the cut from the left elbow and lays it up and in. Lead is 17. Out front, Maddox with the drive. Patterson in the corner. 3 over
long.
Jeanette, too long. And Hardy with the rebound. 1:05 to go in our first half. Been a quick first half.
Feels like it.
Jeanette spun loose. Hardy went to dunk it and he missed it. It just came out of his hand. I think he was going up for the
It
jam.
looked like it, yeah.
I mean, why not? He was going to be wide open for it, but big break for the Bronx there. Adric out front, looking to drive, kicks it in the near corner to Pobbs. Over to Patterson. Drew, back to Pablo. Pablo backing in. Maddox on the left wing. Cross court to Patterson. Pablo stops in the paint. He needs to go up.
Oh my
with that.
gosh, he does.
Yep, Adric, the three from
Man.
the corner. That rebound knocked away. Pablo
And of course,
to the floor.
who do you think?
And then he
Pablo,
gets it to Coulter.
Extra effort play.
And the Bronx will hold it for one. 11 seconds to go in the half.
Great job by Pablo to save us for the last shot.
Pass to Coulter
Got to kick it out. We got 2.
at the buzzer. And that'll do it for our second quarter. Just 3 points for the Bronx in that quarter as Goodland scores 18. And they'll lead it 20-13 at
30.
the half.
30 to
Excuse me,
13.
30-13 at the half. I wish it was 20. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the first half numbers. And we'll figure out something to do with the rest of the time. But we thank everybody for joining us for 2023 3A Sub-State basketball action from the Lakin Middle School gym. I'm Brett Hendricks along with Jared. We thank you for joining us. We're back after this.
As the teams take a break, we would like to thank all of our great sponsors who make Lakin High Sports video coverage possible.
Shelter Insurance. Gwen Wechter. East Highway 50 Lakin.
Hendricks Welding. Brad Hendricks, welding at his place are yours.
The Agency of Lakin and Garden City.
Lakin Recreation, providing recreational opportunities for the community.
The Kearney County Bank and the Garden City State Bank.
The Ranch House of Garden City Assisted Living and Skilled Nursing.
Shorty's 2 Cafe, Main Street, Lakin.
Along with Dwayne Bachman D. Bach Metals.
Lakin Hay and the Lakin Dairy, Fred Ritzema.
Kearney County Community Development, Mr. Ralph Goodnight.
Pioneer Communications of Southwest Kansas.
Lakin Drug, 610 O'Loughlin, Lakin.
Flashbacks Diner West Highway 50 Lakin.
And the Golden Plains Credit Union, life with a touch of gold.
Back to courtside we go with Brett Hendricks.
Welcome back to Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. Brett Hendricks along with Jared. We're at the half. Bronx trailing Goodland by the score of 30-13. Look at the scoring. First for Goodland, Brady Brumbaugh with 11 points. Devontae Hardy with 6. Cole Linton with 4. And 3 players with 2 points apiece. Zach Thorson, Braylon Mole, and Lincoln Cure. From the free throw line, Goodland just 0 for 1. And now for the Bronx with totals. Maddox Beltran leading the way on two 3-pointers. He has 6. Drew Patterson with a 3. He's got 3. Colter Oldham with 2. MJ Gonzalez with 2. From the free throw line, Coulter 2 for 2. And MJ Gonzalez 0 for 2. MJ with 2 points in that first half. The Bronx 2 of 4 from the stripe in the first 2 quarters. Tomorrow night we will have the girls' final between Goodland and Cimarron. I had made that announcement last night and told everybody today. And basically what we've been doing here at the Sub-State, of course, I stream Lakin games, and I'm willing to help out anybody to, stream a game here at the Sub-State. But with Open Spaces Sports and Colby playing tomorrow night's final, if Lakin's in the final, of course, we're on the air as well. But if Goodland would win this contest, the finals would be on Open Spaces Sports. So we'll let everybody know we've got 16 more minutes to play. So A lot to be decided, but as of right now, we will be on the air for the 5:30 girls championship game. They're going to move the times are moved up 30 minutes tomorrow. Girls final at 5:30, boys final at 7 o'clock. Lakin High School Pep Band entertaining the crowd here at halftime. And I know people watching will probably find this hard to believe, but I'm out of things to say. Tell you what, we talk about all of the great sponsors that we have here on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube, and we always ask all of our viewers to make sure you stop by those businesses and thank them for all they do for us here on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. LakinSports.com, this is our 16th year of bringing you Lakin High School activities, and it's a pleasure for us to be bringing these games for you each and every night. So, like I said, please thank all of the great sponsors to make Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube possible. I want to shout out Eric Escobel, Shorty's 2 Cafe on Main Street. Another one of our great supporters here on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube, and a strong supporter of Lakin High School athletics. We're going to take a quick time out, let you hear from some of the sponsors that we talk about every night. We truly can't thank them enough, and we ask that you would try to do it for us. Help us out. We're going to be back right after this.
Some commercials make it really tempting to buy cheap insurance. That's great if price is the only thing that's important to you. The agency believes cost is important, but protection is what you're really paying for. Rely on the agency to build the policy that protects your property at a price you can afford. Call the agency today at 620-355-6789.
Fred Ripsema established the Lakin Dairy in 1997 and is now a leading producer of high-quality milk for human consumption. The Lakin Dairy is proud to be a big part of the Kearney County economy and community. With fantastic, dedicated, and hard-working employees, the Lakin Dairy prospers in the heart of, as Fred calls it, the Midwest Feed Shed. Always supporting the Lakin High School students, the Lakin Dairy, a verified premium operation, is honored to call Kearney County home at lakindairy.com on the internet.
Refinance your auto loan at Golden Plains Credit Union. You could lower your current auto loan rate by 2% with no payments for up to 90 days. Rates can be as low as 3.25% annual percentage rate. This offer applies to loans financed from another lender. Think of all the money you could be saving every month. This is a limited time offer, so stop by and ask about refinancing your auto loan today. Golden Plains Credit Union. Life with a touch of gold. Member NCUA.
Welcome back to Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. A couple minutes before we get our second half started. Bronx trailing Goodland by the score of 30-13. Bronx trailed by just 2 at the end of the first quarter, 12-10. Second quarter was all Goodland, outscoring the Bronx 18-3. I do like the looks of the Bronx new uniforms that they broke out just for this contest. Gray is, not normally it's not one of our colors, but, hey, I don't mind gray with a color scheme because gray, you look at baseball uniforms, the classic baseball was always the road grays and things like that. So, hey, you know what? I don't mind a gray, but I've always been one of those strong opponents against the Bronx black jerseys and black uniforms because there's no black in our color scheme at all, and that's one of those things. I don't hesitate to say it. I don't like a black alternate uniform if black's not one of your colors on your color scheme. So, but I do like the look of the gray. Very nice look tonight. Goodland will have the opening possession of our second half. Bronx in the gray uniforms going from our right to our left in this second half. Okay, turn Jared back up. Who'd you have with the bucket?
Right here on Maddox, I believe.
Manny Gonzalez.
Either him or it was Chanette. I don't remember. They were both down there.
Okay.
And I couldn't hear him over the speaker, so.
Well, we can always go back and look too. Goodland with the steal. Lakin with the steal. Coulter stops in the paint.
Long.
Too strong off the back iron. Hardy with the rebound. Bounce pass near side, Chanette. It's a 2-on-2. Dish, right side. Gonzalez, three. Strong off the glass. And Shaky comes away with the rebound.
Shot by Shaky, short.
Pablo with the rebound. Up top, Munson three.
Long.
Shaky with the rebound once again. Will not go. Ball Shaky
Still
on the
gets it,
floor.
though.
Gets the ball
The old
back.
Globetrotter move. From the
Munson
knees.
to Coulter in the corner. Three
Long.
is off the flat of the rim. Cole Linton with the rebound. I know what the problem is. Bronx are always on that side of the floor. They're just out of their element.
Yeah.
They're just out of their element. I mean, it's always their bench over there, and so that's what it is, folks.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're playing sub-state.
Yeah, that's what happens. Last touched. It'll stay with Goodland. Ball loose on the inbound. Bronx really didn't find it. Gonzalez from the corner. It is a three. Goodland with their biggest lead at 22. Coulter in the paint is going to have to find somewhere to go with it.
Great move.
And a step under, and Coulter lays it up
30,
and in.
30 by Lakin.
Lakin with the 30. 5:34 to go in the third quarter. Bronx have a lot of work to do if they're going to get to the finals tomorrow night, trailing by 20. Winner to meet Colby tomorrow in the final at 7:30. Excuse me, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Girls final at 5:30 tomorrow. Goodland basketball. Brumbaugh inbound finds Gonzalez. Bronx with pressure in the backcourt. MJ Gonzalez into the lineup for the Bronx. Back to Manny. Just does beat the count. Kick it right side. Brumbaugh catch and shoot from three. That's short. MJ with the rebound for the Bronx. Coulter brings it across. Near side to Eric Munson. Up top, MJ. Drive and dish to the corner for Coulter. MJ up front. Looking to drive. Kicks it to Maddox. Maddox with 2 threes in the first half. They kick it back out to Coulter. Munson with the hesitation. Leans in. Bronx just cannot buy one right now. Well, they couldn't buy one in the second quarter really either. Gonzalez picks up the dribble over to Linton across the timeline. Lob, Hardy on the baseline to Jeanette. He has to save it back in, but right to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh dish. Backside, Devontae Hardy lays it up and in.
Jakey should have just stand there and taken that charge. He thought about it, stepped in, then stepped back out. Still would have been the continuation after the pass.
Lincoln Cure into the lineup for Goodland along with Braylon Mole.
Geez, more cures tonight, huh? We had a plethora of them last night.
Yeah, and you know, and I got a call today. I talked to Marty Lehman. Coulter three off the back iron. That's off the hands of Hardy. And you know, it was kind of a joke last night, but I wish I would have written it down that Marty was telling me. The 3 on the girls' team and 1 here on the boys' team. There's a lot more coming too.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, there's a lot more coming. Shaky in the paint. Got it.
And one. You know, I say just announcing those 3 and then 1 tonight. I mean, I feel like that's enough of one last name already.
Yeah. Well, you know what though? If you only have to learn that name 3 times, you only have to learn 2 other names, you know?
That is true.
Hardy in the paint. Drops it in from 8. Hardy in double figures now with 10. Back to a 22-point Goodland lead, matching their biggest of the game. Drew Patterson into the lineup for the Bronx, has it up top. Near wing to Adric, back out to Coulter. MJ from the corner stops and hits it over Jeanette. No, that was over Hardy. Pressure in the backcourt, Mole with it. Now finds Brumbaugh. Thorson hands it back to Brumbaugh. They work it up top to Mole. Goodland right now leading by 20, just slowing things down a little bit. Near steal out front. MJ with the steal.
Missed.
Spun it too hard off his hand.
And then.
And the foul.
And then it shouldn't have been foul.
And that's on Coulter. Austin Risma into the lineup for the Bronx. Manny Gonzalez for the Cowboys.
Sorry, I don't like fouls whenever 2 people are going for it.
I think that miss right there by MJ pretty much just sums up the night for the Bronx, really.
Guaranteed.
And Kier from the right side lays it up and in. Kier with 4. Lead back to 22. Patterson into Ritzma. Too short.
That
got the rebound.
Too.
And he got the rebound and foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Foul is on Devontae Hardy. That's his second. Free throw strong off the back. Noah Jeanette into the lineup for the Cowboys. In for the Bronx. Eric Munson. Strong with the rebound, with the free throws again. Rebound to Jeanette. Manny Gonzalez harassed in the backcourt, now stolen away. Patterson with the loose ball. Crosses over, up the floor to Coulter, and it's off his head. Coulter was looking, he just couldn't find it. Mull up to Thorson, missed the layup. Ritzman with the rebound. Good defense that time by MJ Gonzalez. MJ posting up, wanting the basketball. He's got it. Leans in on Jeanette, and a foul called. Foul is on Noah Jeanette. That's his first. That'll send MJ Gonzalez to the line to shoot 2. MJ 0 for 2 in the first half from the free throw line. Bronx so far tonight 2 for 6. Cole Linton and Brady Brumbaugh back to the table for Goodland. MJ missed a free throw. MJ is 65% free throw shooter on the season. Tyler Holloway into the lineup for the Bronx. Linton and Brumbaugh in for the Cowboys. 1:21 to go in the third. MJ at the free throw line for his second attempt. Got that one. And that one didn't even go in clean.
Not at all.
Jeanette across the timeline, drives left side, layup. That was just too easy that time.
So if they had help side defense, that would never happen.
Yeah. In the paint, MJ, layup good.
And one. Great strong move there by MJ.
MJ starting to pick it up a little bit. Brumbaugh, near side to Jeanette. Up top to Manny Gonzalez. Goodland appears they might just try to dribble out the third quarter. Linton to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh, after 11 first half points, has not scored in this second half. Brumbaugh backs it out, now finds Gonzalez. 15 to go in the quarter. Now 10 to go. Jeanette fires from long range. That's too strong off the glass. MJ with the rebound. And that'll do it for our third quarter. Goodland will lead it 43-22 as we go to our fourth quarter. Bronx have work to do if they want to see their season continue. We're back right after this. You're watching Bronx 3A Sub-State basketball action.
A lot of action on the street today, huh, Willie?
Yep. Oh, check out the German V8.
Good car.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ooh, 64 dream car.
At Shelter Insurance, we insure all your favorite rides.
Oh, classic convertible.
And have since 1946.
Sweet pickup. Hiya, Muggsy.
Yo.
From Hot Wheels to hybrids, we've got you covered.
Hey, mailman.
Love those shoes.
Hey, where you going?
Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Linton, Gonzalez, Jeanette, Brumbaugh, and Lincoln Kier on the floor for Goodland as we start the fourth quarter. Shaky, Maddox, Pablo. Holloway and MJ on the floor for Lakin. Nice crossover by Shaky, dish near side Maddox. And a steal by Brumbaugh. Dish to Jeanette. In the paint, Kier with the dunk. Kier finishes it off with authority.
MJ. Reverse layup not good. Rebounded by Pablo.
Pablo with the rebound. Shaky in the paint. Shot won't go, but he's fouled. Foul is on Manny Gonzalez. That's his second. Adric with 2 free throws. Too strong.
Not going to win very many basketball games, not making free throws. Despite what the score is, I mean, these sub-state games, they can come down to free throws, and we've seen plenty of games come down to nail biters.
And the second one rolls off as well. Calder Oldham back into the Bronx lineup. Brumbaugh from the right side. Pass tipped away. Adric steals it for the Bronx. Brings it up the floor. Near wing to Maddox. He's double teamed along the baseline. Brumbaugh there to pick it off. Give to Linton and knocked away by Maddox. Goodland inbound on their baseline. 6:46 to play in this contest. Goodland on top by 23. Manny Gonzalez up top. Gives it up to Brumbaugh. Underneath, Linton. Off the glass. Linton with 6. Cowboys with their biggest lead at 25. Pablo drives from the right side, stops, dishes left wing. MJ with the 3, off the back iron, won't go. Pablo battling for the rebound and off the hands of Pablo. Devontae Hardy back into the Goodland lineup. Hardy just one of 2 seniors on this Goodland lineup. The 2 seniors, Devontae Hardy and Gentry Deeds. Cole Linton with the layup.
Very great charge opportunity there, just no one to step in. 2 Lakin defenders.
MJ backs in. The baby hook over Jeanette. Hardy.
Good block there by MJ.
MJ with the block. Hardy got a little bit too far under the rim.
Got a little bit of the net and a little bit of a hand.
Into MJ backing up on Hardy. Spins off the glass. Got it. MJ now in double figures with 11.
MJ's got a great post move. That's that way.
And an offensive foul going the other way. Is that on Hardy maybe?
Whoever's right next to him.
That is, yep.
First one out here. 10?
That's Devontae Hardy.
13.
It's on 13, yeah. I couldn't really tell the official's indication. I couldn't really tell. I saw the 1, but Brumbaugh and Jeanette are both on the floor.
Trying to box out and hold out the lane, so went the other way.
Bronx basketball. Just under 5 minutes to play. What I was alluding to earlier, just the 2 seniors for Goodland. Bronx with just 1 senior, and that's Pablo Areola. So these 2 teams going to be probably battling each other for the next couple of years. And then you add in Holcomb that's young.
And also depending if we go back to the Goodland tournament as well, to be able to see them multiple times.
Timeout called by Goodland. It's a full timeout. 4:26 to play. Goodland on top, 49-26. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back. You're watching Bronx 3A Sub-State basketball action.
The Ranch House community is here to assist with skilled rehab, long-term care, and assisted living. We offer a serene atmosphere, dedicated staff, delectable dining, and daily activities. The Ranch House is here to serve our communities. Please review our site at midwest-health.com/ranchhouse/ or call 620-371-4700 to schedule your tour today. We look forward to hearing from you.
.426 remaining in the ball game. Bronx trailing 49-26. Brett Hendricks along with Jared Hendricks. Glad you're joining us tonight for Bronx basketball. Will be Goodland basketball. Brumbaugh inbound on the far sideline just in front of the Cowboy bench. Goodland with it. Jeanette with the lob inside, stolen away by Adric. Good defensive anticipation that time by Adric. Takes it to the baseline, turns, and hits it over Braylon Mull.
Oh, my stat sheet's all messed up. Third quarter, I forgot to cross people out, so I started filling in.
Foul out front will go against Maddox Beltran.
I know MJ's got 4 in the fourth.
Ross Ryder into the lineup for the Bronx. We've got MJ 5 in the third quarter.
Yeah, exactly. So at least 4 from the
And then
fourth.
he's got 4 in the fourth.
Yeah, okay.
Total of 11.
Yeah, I'm sure.
A lot of contact. Both players go to the floor, and they're going to call a traveling violation on Lincoln Cure.
But I don't know who else has scored.
Good defense there
Fourth
by
quarter.
MJ Gonzalez. Which quarter?
Fourth.
The only other one to score is Shaky. We've got
just 6 points.
6 in the quarter.
I'm good for the rest of it.
Okay. See, you weren't as far off as you thought.
No, I just, as soon as I looked down, I was like, oh, no. I've been doing this wrong.
Yeah, you can look at my score sheet because I do second half in red. There's been nights that my paper looks like I cut myself. All the red marks on a piece of paper.
All right, I'm all cut up.
3.5 to play in this contest. Bronx with the basketball, trailing by 21. Shaky on the drive. Nearly stolen out front. Now it is by Cure. Cure, dish, Hardy off the glass. Good. Hardy leading Goodland with 12 points. Lead is back to 23 with 3 minutes to play. Shaky on the floor somehow finds Ross Ryder. They work it to Patterson. And the foul. Zach Thorson with the foul, that's his second. Lakin to inbound on their baseline. Eric Munson back into the lineup. Coulter in the corner.
Eric was in. It'd be Ross in.
Oh, okay. No, Ross was in. I think Coulter came back in, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Ross had come in during the other timeout. Goodland rebound on the miss. Manny Gonzalez slips through. Cure. Oh, that looked like a pretty good block by MJ, but he's going to be
Not
called
even
for
a
the
block,
foul.
just a good contest. I don't think he made contact.
He's going to get called for the foul. That's his third. And Lincoln Cure to the free throw line. 3 fouls on MJ. Ritzma at the scorer's table, along with Braylon Mull of the Cowboys to come back in. Here hits the free throw. .229 to go in the Bronx season. They trail it by 24. Here with the second free throw. Lincoln with 8 points. It will be Goodland and Colby in tomorrow night's final. Drew Patterson with the 3 from the left side. His second 3.
Needed that a little bit earlier.
We needed a lot of those earlier. Ball knocked away by Patterson. Ross Ryder able to pick up the loose ball. To give it back to Drew. Lob this side to Munson. Back over to Drew, under 2 minutes to play. MJ from the corner. Backs in. Dish to Ritzma. Thought about the 3. Stops from 8. It's short. And a rebound to Cure. Up the floor, Devontae Hardy. Missed the dunk. The rebound and the putback off the mark by Thorson, but Hardy working hard, able to get the rebound and the putback.
And the bench is about to be cleared.
Ball knocked away. It will stay with Goodland with 1:19 to play. Wholesale substitutions for both teams. I'll try to pick up some of the numbers. Kaysen Cedarstrom. Blair Lennon. Braden Bergsma. For Goodland. For Lakin. Vincent Bocanegra into the lineup. Quincy Escobar as well. And a turnover on the Goodland baseline. 1:08 to play. Bronx are going to see their season end at 13-9. Goodland will advance to live another day, and their record goes to 14-8. They will meet GWAC rival Colby in tomorrow's final. The winner to advance to the 3A state tournament. Quincy, the shot off the back iron won't go. Ryder with the long rebound. Bronx keep it with 45 seconds to play. Quincy. Nice dribbling sequence there. And a foul out front. That'll go against Bergsma. 6th team foul on Goodland. Just 3 for the Bronx. And not that fouls really came into play much tonight anyway. Yeah. And in the first half, there was no foul trouble either.
Yeah.
Basically, you know what? The officials have really just let the guys play. You know.
And they've been consistent, so no complaints at all.
You know what? I will never have a complaint as long as you're consistent. And if you're going to let them play, just don't miss the obvious.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
You know, if there's something obvious out front, make that call. But for the most part, I don't have a problem as long as it stays fairly clean, you know, just let them play. Goodland dribbles off the time, and Goodland will win it by the score of 55-31. And the Bronx will end their season with a 13-9 record. Take care, bud. Goodland advances to tomorrow night's final against Colby. And one of the weird things with Sub-State, and it's just how it's brought up and that's how it's scheduled. Goodland and Colby are, I think, 22 miles apart, and they got to drive to Lakin to play it.
Hey, we have a hotel.
But you know what? There's been many times that Lakin has played Holcomb for sub-state finals or a sub-state game, and you had to travel. We had to go through Holcomb to get to the location to play them. So, yeah, you know, it's just as far as travel goes, kind of sucks. But you know, it is what it is.
It's how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, it is. You know, you always, I've always said, with schools that's, sometimes struggle with finances. You're putting gas, diesel in these buses,
Yeah.
and busing kids around when you could go 22 miles and play it. But it's a plus for the host school because you have people coming to your community, and it's a plus for the community. This has been a great week. And the staff at Lakin High School has done a great job to put this tournament on.
You know what? It's also a plus for the players. You're going to play at a neutral location.
Yep.
There's no home court. You can't say anything about, well, they had more people there. The gym was louder for them.
Yeah.
Hey, it's whoever decides to show up come sub-state. So
exactly.
Luckily enough, we had it at home this time, but it's not like we get it every single year. It's a rotation. So
it was 7 years ago we had sub-state here.
So it's rotation.
Yep.
If you get the luck of the draw, then you have home court advantage. But
now, if it was my
not
choice,
very many times.
If it was my choice, it'd be like a 3 or 4 rotation instead of waiting every 7 years.
Yeah.
Just was a simple reason we don't have to drive.
Yeah, and
we get to this point in the season, I'm tired of driving.
I'm tired of riding, not driving, but riding.
Yeah, as much as you like to ride, anyway. Yeah.
I'll never get to sleep.
Oh, that's your fault.
No, you told me passenger can't go to sleep, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, since when
I have to stay up.
Oh, since when have you ever listened to me before?
Now.
Oh, okay, now, just so you can blame me?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's look at the totals. First four at Goodland. They improved to 14-8 on this season. They were led by Devontae Hardy with 14 points, Brady Brumbaugh with 11, Cole Linton finished with 8, Lincoln Kier finished with 8, Manny Gonzalez with 5, Noah Chanette with 2, Zach Thorson with 2, and if I didn't say Braylon Mole, I will now. Braylon Mole with 5 points. From the free throw line, Lincoln Kier was the only Cowboy to go to the free throw line tonight, and he was 2 for 3. 0 for 1 in the first half, 2 for 2 in the second half. Numbers for the Bronx, who see their season end with a 13-9 record. High Plains League regular season runner-up. And they were led by M.J. Gonzalez with 11 points. Maddox Beltran with 6 on 2 3-pointers. Same with Drew Patterson, 6 points on 2 3-pointers. Colter Oldham with 4, Adric Gomez-Escabel with 2 points. From the free throw line, not a good night for the Bronx from the stripe. They were 2 for 4 in the first half, and they were 1 for 6 in the second half, 3 for 10 for 30%. And with that type of shooting, it's a good thing that this game did not come down to free throws at the end, because the Bronx were not going to keep themselves in it with a 3 for 10 outing. But a very disappointing and frustrating night for the Bronx here tonight in this semifinal. And I guess if I'm going to look at the bright side, unfortunately we lose Pablo Areola. I mean, I'll tell you what, that kid is as good a kid as you'll ever find that you would ever want on your basketball team. And he just played his last game here at Lakin High School. And he's the one lone senior that Lakin loses. A lot of young players and a lot of good, the outlook looks good for Bronx basketball in the next few years. But
that's one of those things we said at the beginning of the season. Well, they're a young team. But hey, when the season ends, now you got to look back on that and stop using it as a per se excuse. But hey, we're a young team. We went through this much of this season, and now we know what to expect for next year. So there's always takeaways from it, and I think that would be one of the main takeaways for tonight.
Exactly. And you get to this point in the season, and that's like a rookie in the NFL. They say, well, he's a rookie. No, when you get to December, it's no longer a rookie.
Yeah, it's everyone.
So, it's just one of those deals, and, still young players and all that, but, just...
Hey, but this just adds experience to their resume. That's all it is.
Hey, Mike's buying.
Bears on Mike.
Yeah, Mike wants to go to Shorty, so we might just have to do it.
Well, are we talking afterwards or no?
Yeah, Nate will be up. We're going to wrap this up, and I'm sure he's
But
going to be.
we're leaving this for tomorrow because we got
Yeah,
first
we're
game.
going to leave everything set up for tomorrow. Unfortunately, we only have one game on our schedule tomorrow. We will be on the air at 5:20.
Oh, it's 5:30 now?
Yeah, the finals are 5:30 and 7 tomorrow. We will be on the air at 5:20 for the girls' championship game between Goodland and Cimarron. And I know the Goodland fans were watching us last night, and they were watching us tonight as well, most likely. And it is our pleasure to be able to bring you that contest tomorrow night.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to make that drive either.
Yeah, nothing personal. Nothing personal, but I do wish the Bronx were in the boys' final. But
hey,
can't have everything.
Homer bias, all right?
Yeah, that's it. Homer bias.
Just got to take it as it is.
I'll tell you what, Jared, with this being our final broadcast of this season, why don't you play that our sponsor laundry list that JD has put together for us. And, well, man, what a year. Wow, look at the views tonight.
Oh, yeah.
My goodness. Great viewership tonight. But, yeah, all the stuff that JD does for us and all of the great sponsors to make Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube possible. I'll tell you what, man, hard to believe we've reached the end already. Seems like we just were at the Goodland topside tip-off. But it's been fun.
And I've already been in track season. So.
Yeah, you've already started middle school track.
Yeah,
so yeah.
This ain't nothing but another day to me.
Yeah.
So.
And folks know he's not running middle school track. He's, believe it or not, a coach.
I'm not running, period. Don't worry.
Jared, take us to the break. We'll be back.
Thank you for joining us for Lakin High Basketball, and a big thanks to our sponsors.
Shelter Insurance, Gwen Wechter, East Highway 50 Lakin.
Hendricks Welding, Brad Hendricks, welding at his place or yours.
The Agency of Lakin and Garden City.
Lakin Recreation, providing recreational opportunities for the community.
The Kearney County Bank and the Garden City State Bank.
The Ranch House of Garden City Assisted Living and Skilled Nursing.
Shorty's 2 Cafe, Main Street, Lakin.
Along with Dwayne Bachman D. Bach Metals.
Lakin Hay and the Lakin Dairy, Fred Ritzema.
Kearney County Community Development, Mr. Ralph Goodnight.
Pioneer Communications of Southwest Kansas.
Lakin Drug, 610 O'Laughlin, Lakin.
Flashbacks Diner West Highway 50 Lakin.
And the Golden Plains Credit Union, life with a touch of gold.
We're back here at the Lakin Middle School gym. The Bronx see their season end, losing to Goodland by the score of 55-31. Brett Hendricks with you, along with my son Jared Hendricks. I appreciate what he has done for us on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. And we're just waiting to visit with Bronx head coach Nate Schmidt, and Jared's going to zoom our camera in off of the action on the floor. And I know our post game gets a little extended at the end of the year, but you know what? It's, even though the majority of this team is coming back next year, it's always hard to end the season as a coach. Hard for the players, but players don't realize how hard it is for coaches. Heck, it's hard for me sometimes, you know. Especially players like Pablo. Watching him play basketball through middle school, through high school, and now tonight it's done. And he's just one of the many great kids that go through Lakin High School and the Lakin schools. But very polite, and I'll tell you what, he's a great kid, and I'll tell you what, I wish him the best in anything that he attempts in his life after high school. But always a pleasure to see him on game night. Always has a smile on his face and very positive all the time. So, so we're still waiting on Nate, and I like to do it just because we put the season to rest, and that's what we want to do here. So. Man, the thing about it is we can't wait to talk to Coach Schmidt because there's no other broadcast coming up. Right now on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube, I don't know what we'll be doing in the spring. Spring's a lot harder to do, and with my job and things like that, it makes it tougher to make a baseball game in the middle of the afternoon. So. We'll see what we can do. I don't know. We might be able to try to throw a few baseball, softball games in. I just don't know. I'm not gonna make any guarantees because I just don't know if it can happen. But we will sure try, and then we'll go from there. See what everything. See what the summer holds, next year holds, and all of that good stuff. So. Nate down there talking to he's talking to some family members of Pablo that came up and thanked us for the broadcast. He said he's got I think he said relatives in Tennessee, Tulsa, all over the United States, and they were sure appreciative of being able to watch Pablo's games. So hey, that's why we're here. That's why we do it. I don't do this for the viewers that don't come. I do it for the ones who can't. And I guess that's what I take pride in, is the ones that can't, and those are the ones we hear from. And it's amazing. I've had text messages. I mean, not text, but emails and comments from folks overseas. The Ritzma family watching Austin this year, and over, I think, from the Netherlands, and it was fun to be able to talk to the Ritzma family over the World Wide Web. And we're now joined by Bronc head coach Nate Schmidt. And Coach, there's no apologies necessary. That last meeting in the locker room always takes a while.
Yeah.
And it's one senior that you lose, but that's one very important person that you've got to take the time with. And of course, this team comes back pretty much intact next year. But, hey, final game of the year is just tough no matter who you've got in the locker room.
Yeah, I hate to see, I hate to see, Pobbs leave the program, but, that's part of it. That's part of coaching. You're fortunate enough to start building relationships with them when they're younger, and you keep an eye on them through middle school, and then you get to see them every day, for 4 years, and you're proud of them, but it's almost like a little bit of a breakup because you don't get to see them every day. But we talked, we always want to leave things better than we found them, and Pablo's a guy who came into the program 4 years ago, and he's leaving the program in better shape than it was when he found it. And, very fortunate of the opportunity to get to coach Pablo. Very proud of him and everything that he's done. And we're definitely going to miss him next year.
Oh, definitely. And he's always, I was saying earlier, he's always one of those kids that had a smile on his face, very positive all the time, and always made sure he came up and gave us knuckles pregame, postgame. And, of course, tonight the team went not a lot in the stands tonight. They went to the locker room to close out this season. But, just talking about Pablo, just a class young man, and he's going to do well in wherever his post-high school events take him. But to the game tonight, I told Jared on the air I blamed it because we had to flip floors. You know, Lakin's just not used to that bench and shooting this goal in the second half and whatnot. So I guess we just ride it off for unfamiliar territory. But it just Bronx a good first quarter. You only trailed by 2, and then after that, Goodland turned it up a little bit and went on to the 24-point win. But just games like that, it's just wasn't to be.
Yeah, we lost to a good team. Coach Dahl's done a phenomenal job with Goodland. They are strong. They're athletic. You know, they invest a ton of time outside of the season. He's got them playing very well right now. You know, they were just a better team tonight. It wasn't even close. We didn't play very well in really any aspect of the game, and that had a lot to do with them. But I told the guys afterwards, you know, these last 32 minutes of the season shouldn't take away the growth, the improvement, just the overall success that we've had the last month of the season. And, you know, we finished 13-9. You could argue we're the best team in the High Plains League because of how we played late. We gave every team on our schedule a battle. Those GWAC schools, you know, we battled them. And we did all that the year we weren't supposed to be any good. The year we were supposed to be, you know, maybe 9-13. And instead we're 13-9, and we remained relevant. And I told them the biggest thing I'm the most proud of in them is they didn't let the expectations in the program slip one bit, you know. You know, I couldn't tell you how many times we heard rebuilding and we're not going to be good. And then you saw the start to the season, and I think our athletic department, our school, and our community can take a look at these 15 and 16-year-old kids and say, wow, they handle adversity pretty well. They never quit. They showed some toughness, some grit, and there's a lot of schools, there's a lot of teams that would have just packed it in early in the season, but these guys didn't. They kept battling, they kept working, and very, very proud of them. They might be, they're the most improved team, the team that showed the most improvement over the course of the summer to the end of the season that I've had in my 9 years since I've been here. So this group will always be a special group, just because of the improvement that they made, and very, very proud of all of them. Love you, buddy.
Good job, bud. And, of course, Pablo with knuckles at the end like he always has all year long. So to the game, MJ Gonzalez with 11 points. Maddox was 6. Drew was 6. Couple three-pointers there, but it just wasn't that shot for the Bronx tonight. But I liked MJ in the second half. He had 9 points. And, it's one of those players that once he decides he's going to go up against those big guys, he was fairly successful.
Yeah. I don't want to take anything away from our guys, but it takes time to get used to. I know it's just a sub-state semifinal game, but that's a completely different atmosphere than anything that we've had all season. And when you're not used to that, like, you have to experience it first to, and it was just like, that's a lot to ask for that many underclassmen, with one senior that's not your normal vocal leader. And that makes it tough. But I felt like, once MJ settled in, talking about MJ, he was good. He was a physical presence for us in there, and MJ's played well as of late. And, I thought Maddox played well, and Drew hit some shots, and, but just at the end of the day, we were not very good, and they had a lot to do with it, and they're a good team. And, it wasn't our night, but just like any other opportunity, we're going to learn from it. And we're going to use it as motivation this offseason, and use it as an opportunity to get better.
Today is March 3rd. You know how many days the summer program when it gets started, don't you?
I mean, I have a good idea, but I've learned, Brett. I've learned, and as much as people, people. Good job, buddy. Love you. They may not admit it, they may not believe it, but we do take a break, and we are going to take a break because we've earned that, and we need it. I mean, these guys, they gutted out the last 2 to 3 weeks of the season. I mean, you could see it tonight. We were spent, and it's not from anything more than we've invested a ton into the program, and when you got a really good, mature in age and veteran team, you know, you're built to make a longer run. But when you're as young as we are, like, it just is draining physically and mentally. And the guys, like, and that's what I love about them. Like, they never quit. They just kept trying. It wasn't because of a lack of effort. They didn't want to go out and perform that way. Like, that wasn't our intention. Like, we just ran out of gas, and we're out of gas as a team, as a staff, as a program, and we're going to take a break, but you know, we're also going to come back, you know, and nothing's going to change. We're going to come back, and we're going to get back to work and do what we can to get better. And you know, I think we're on our way up. You know, we fought through the growing pains of what was supposed to be the struggle in our program, and we fought through that. And you know, now we should just continue to climb.
Well, I think these players, of course, they're very disappointed tonight. And, you know, nobody wants to lose. There's no such thing as a moral victory. But, you know, the future is bright, and these guys are going to take a break, and they're going to be – the thing about it is they know what to expect from themselves after this year, because it was a learning curve for a lot of them. You know, honest to God, Lakin's still going to be young next year, you know. And, you know, like Jared said, it's not an excuse to lose a basketball game or anything like this. But you know what? This summer, I think, is going to be a lot of fun for these guys, because they know what they're capable of doing. This year it wasn't always consistent, but they know what they're capable of doing.
Absolutely. You know, very proud of them. You know, we told them as we were leaving the locker room, you know, 11 of you 12 are going to be back next year. And then, you know, 9 of you 12 are going to be back the following year. So we got a lot of guys that still have a lot of room for growth in our program, and we're excited about that. And I feel like we're only going to get better. And I know tonight was not our night, but that should not take away from the progress that these guys have made all season. You know, I told them there's a lot of people that, you know, didn't even expect us to be playing tonight, and we were in that game, and you know, we're gonna learn from it and get better.
I know for a fact that they will. But hey, as always, Bronc basketball is fun to watch. They're never going to quit, and they're going to play for 94 feet, and that's just the way it is, and that's what it'll always be. And you know what? I really think these kids, you know, get this pain over with, but if they don't come into the summer program or come into next year positive, then don't come out, because I think they know what's ahead of them if they just go in and put to work. So,
no doubt.
Coach, as always, enjoy it. I always enjoy visiting. Sometimes it's hard for you to make that climb up the stairs. I know you probably want to go down there and say, hey, no, not tonight, but you always make the climb, and I do appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate all you do, and especially, you know, this weekend too, with everything you're doing for Goodland and helping them out, and I mean, that's first class. So thank you guys for everything you've done all season, and you continue to do. And one of these days we're going to meet at the sports arena. I don't know when it's going to be, but we're going to do this sometime.
Yes,
it's going to happen.
Let's do it. And I had somebody say something tonight about, you know, maybe going to state, and I said, well, the thing about it is, Keisha won't let me do it.
Well, we'll sneak you in or something. We'll figure something out. So.
Exactly. Well, Coach, it's been a pleasure. It sucks that you know, hey, every team. There's only 2 teams that get to finish their year with a win, and that's, you know, first place and third place at state tournaments. So it's been fun, and
thank you.
We'll be seeing each other.
Sounds good. All right.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you,
appreciate it. That's Bronc head coach Nate Schmidt, and you know, it went a little extended, but you know, we also have to have a little fun with it too. So. Once again, the Broncs end their season tonight, losing to Goodland by the score of 55-31, and that's going to wrap it up for our season. I want to thank all of the great sponsors that make Lakin Bronc Sports YouTube possible. Man, without them, gosh, we couldn't do it, and we wouldn't have been doing it for 16 straight years without all of the great sponsors. And I'll tell you, I can't thank them enough, and I just keep asking, and I know it gets to be a broken record, but those of you viewers, please thank them as well, because let me tell you, if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be able to watch us because we couldn't do it on our own. And we dearly appreciate all of their help. JD Ham, our tech support, does our intakes, outtakes, our ads, and you know, I say that we wouldn't be here without the sponsors. We wouldn't have been here at all if I hadn't met JD Ham 18 years ago. It just wasn't going to happen. He got us started, and without him, there wouldn't have been no Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube, lakinsports.com. So I dearly thank him for what he does. My wife Sandy was taking a few pictures tonight. She was a little busy with concessions, but and she always has pictures out there for everybody to enjoy. And last but not least, Jared, I've made the comment before, if it wasn't for you, I probably would have quit, because I just don't think I could handle this without you. But you give up your evenings just like everybody else. You're here, and you do double duties too. You're down there taping ankles before games and
coaching beforehand.
Coaching, and you know, you even got to tape a wrist this year and whatnot.
Yeah,
but no, I had the opportunity to work with my dad years ago, and I tell you what, it's a thrill for me to work with you as my son.
Well, mine's not so much of a thrill on this side, but
oh,
maybe one of these days.
Listen to you.
Except getting to correct you, I'd always miss that.
No, well, you don't pass that. You know, you won't ever pass up that opportunity to correct me. But Jared, I do thank you for all of your work, because, like I said, this technical stuff is way above my mentality. So I thank you very much. And lastly, all of the great folks that watch us night in and night out, game in, game out, we thank you. We thank you for all of the kind words that we receive. And believe me, this isn't a job. This is a pleasure.
It's a hobby.
Yeah, this is it's a hobby, but it's a pleasure to be doing these games. And then, you know what? I'm sitting here acting like this is it for us. We have one more game tomorrow with the girls' final, but this is it for Lakin High School basketball this year. We're on the air at 5:20 tomorrow with the girls' championship game, Goodland and Cimarron, for the right to go to the 3A state tournament in Hutchinson. Till then, have a great rest of your Friday. Have a great Saturday. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow evening with the girls' championship game.